happens and people will come in. So welcome everybody. My name is Keith Lewis.
Hey, how you doing, Keith?
Doing good. Yeah, New Directions Global. Welcome to our private community, and we just want to share a great opportunity with you today. Again, my name is Keith Lewis. I am a silver benefactor member of our community, and I'm also a serial entrepreneur, born and raised in Harlem, and I'm really excited about New Directions Global. We're just going to go over the mission statement really quickly. If you can just follow along here. NDG is not a business, network, or multi-level marketing pyramid or Ponzi scheme. A lot of people will say it's a pyramid, but it's not. Or an investment group. We do not have positions, we do not recruit, sponsor, or sell memberships. There are no costs, and finally, there are no products to buy or sell. NDG is a private community made up of individuals from around the world who have chosen to come together for our own free will, for a common purpose, to share ideas and resources with respect to growing our personal and collective economies. Our goal is not only to create a better quality of life for ourselves and our families, but also to share our gifts and talents with one another. To this end, we seek to empower ourselves through the pursuit of self-development, financial literacy, and philanthropy. One of the things I like most about NDG is that it's 100% peer-to-peer cash transaction. There's no company involved as a middleman who's kind of navigating this whole thing. It really is community members interacting with each other, sharing resources, talking to each other, and passing money around. And the money is really great if you decide to participate in the philanthropic component. And I would like to bring up Joe Lewis, who will talk to you more about that.
All right, Joe. Keith did a good job. This is a very simple thing. You're the only guest that we have right now, so we're really focusing on you.
Well, he signed up, so.
Oh.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. All right. It's the first time you see him graduation. Okay. All right, so we are a group of people who came together to help one another create an economy for ourselves. Now, the reason why I'm here, I come out of this community. I was born and raised in Harlem. Yeah, I'm 68 years old at this particular time. And when I grew up here in Harlem, we owned the businesses. We shared with one another. We did better. The community was a little bit more under control, and things happened for us. But now, we're being priced out, we're being kicked out, we're being tossed around, and it's a serious situation. And within the next 5 to 10 years, you might not even realize that black folks actually live in Harlem, because it's moving just that fast. So my whole theme was, what can we do? The reality of it is, our money, the money that we make, it goes around in our community for 6 hours, and then it's gone. And the reason is that we don't own any of the businesses. So we give our money away. 2015, we were slated to spend $1.1 trillion. Half of that year is gone. We're in the 9th month of the year. That money is being given to someone else. They're taking it and they're coming up behind it. But because we're giving it away, we're not benefiting from $1.1 trillion. Let's just imagine, you come into a community and every day you take out thousands and thousands of dollars and you take it and put it in your community. And then you come back the next day and you just soak this community. You take all the money out and put it into your community and begin to benefit from this money. And we don't. We pay taxes on it, we work for it, we pay our taxes, we turn around, we don't even even see money anymore. You don't even see checks anymore. You got a debit card. You swipe that debit card, swipe, 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 swipe. And then when you swipe it one time, and it's insufficient funds, and then you have a situation. And this is what's happening to us. And we don't realize that we're giving it away for trinkets. And we're not doing anything with the money. We are the third largest country. If black folks were running the country, black folks in America, they would be the third largest economy in the world. But while we're sitting here, this economy that we do have, it doesn't really do anything for us. It doesn't do anything for us. It just keeps us in the situation that we're in. So this is a very simple operation. Very, very simple. There's nothing to it but a little bit of effort. And it's less effort than it takes for you to go to your job every day. And we have to really understand that this job situation is killing us. We're working for slave wages. We're not making enough money to really do the things that we need to do. We're really not making enough money to stay in this community. In a very short period of time, we won't be able to stay in here at all. So this is what we did. We put it together, and we're going to show everybody that $100 collectively, you collectively and passed around to one another, determined to $166,000. And we've calculated it all the way down to 45 days this can happen. And all we're asking everybody to do is to give and receive, and also introduce 2 people to this community. And that responsibility is not just on you as an individual, it's on you as a community, us as a community, to help one another begin to get there too. So this is what we do. We make sure that everybody gets there too. We make sure that we pass money around to each other, and we make sure that we're on time with it, and we make sure we do it, because this is a doing operation. You have to do it in order for it to happen, and we have to do it collectively. A lot of black folks believe that they don't want to, the best thing is get down for these ladies. I don't think this ain't going to do nothing. But we have to stop talking like that, because the more we talk like that, the more we really believe it, and the more we act it out. That means that we don't deal with one another, and we continue to give our money to other people. So it's a real serious situation that we have to have, and we have to change a lot of things. We have to change our language. We have to change how we feel about one another. And if we don't begin to do that, we're going to be out. If you listen to politics now, they don't even really talk about us. The only thing you hear about us is Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. The economy is going, Donald Trump is talking about he's going to get the Latin votes because he's going to give them jobs. So these are the next people that they're going to focus on getting jobs so that they can vote and they can get their vote. So we have to understand that it's up to us at this point to do for self. We have to do for self collectively, and it can't be individual. All right, let's keep on rolling. Let's go with 3. Who are we looking for? Everybody is looking for like-minded people. We want people who actually are going to commit to doing what we ask. It has to be done. There's no way you can't sit around and not make it happen and think that it's going to happen. We have to do it. I heard some people earlier when I came in with the discrepancy. That's why I'm getting started so late. They were talking about this was a pyramid. I'm not going to say that it's not. I'm not going to say this. But I say this. What can you do? What have you heard of that's going to help you understand that you're getting out of the condition, the circumstances that you have now, financial condition? If you haven't heard of anything any better than what we're talking about, then you need to really take a look at what we're talking about. Because it's serious and it works 100% of the time. And one of the things that really makes me feel good about it, when someone does receive, you should see the look on their face. And it doesn't have to be a whole lot of money. As soon as you receive, you give 100. As soon as you receive 100, you're like, wow. Because the reality of it is, that's when you see that it works. And it works 100% of the time if we do it. And this is what we have to really focus on. And all of us have to learn of what we're talking about so that when you talk to people, you can talk to them from an understanding point. Because if you don't understand it, then you can't translate what's going on here. And I ask everybody, The one thing I need for you to do is to try to internalize what you're getting ready to see. When you internalize it, it's nothing for you to present it. It's nothing for you to talk to a person about. And it's nothing for you to handle the objections that they may have, because they won't be able to really compete with you, because you have something that actually is going to make a difference in everybody's life that comes into this. And they can be outsiders that don't come and see it, they can believe whatever they want to believe. But when we see it and we see our presentation over and over, you have to internalize it so you can be able to give it to someone so that they can understand it too. Okay? All right, let's go. All right, let's go back, Keith, for a minute. Let's go back to this. Well, Keith talked about financial literacy. Financial literacy is our product, and that's what our product is. We are committed to teaching those people who come into this how to handle their money, how to become financially secure, how to invest your money, how to pass your money on, the reason why you're doing the things that you do. We have people that's going to start doing workshops on investment. We have some people that's going to come and talk this week. We have some calls that's going to happen. We're going to talk about what's going on with the economy today and how things are changing and how the money is beginning to change. We're beginning to look at new ways of spending and having the money as the barter system, but it's changing. Bitcoins, they're coming up with all types of things.
New currencies. New currencies.
Yeah, new currencies. And we're not paying attention to what's going on. So we turn around and we put our money in the bank, but we have to realize that things are shifting. You know, they're talking about now about this deal that they have with Iran, and there's some people that's constantly talking about getting rid of it, because they think that the United States can continue to show their might and things are going to happen. So it's not happening no more. That's over with. Those days are over with. You have to kill everybody on the planet for them to believe that the United States is going to do the right thing. It's just not going to happen. So we need to understand that it's important and it's imperative that we understand what's going on. I'm a real, you know, I can sit down and I watch the news and I change from channel to channel because I really need and want the information on what's going on so that I can, instead of me calling somebody and saying, yo, what's up? And then they turn around and say, yeah, I'm all right, what's up with you? And we spend the first 3 minutes or 4 minutes of a phone call asking each other what's up, what's going on, all right? So I just want you to understand why I'm here, what we're talking about, and what Global, New Direction Global is all about. All right, let's go. All right, the philosophy of reaping what you sow. As a planter, as a farmer, you know that you have to put the seed in the ground in order for the plant to come. You reap the benefits. So you reap what you sow. Things that you plant will actually create a harvest. And this is what we're talking about. If you give, you shall receive. It's a giving and receiving. Keith said that we are peer-to-peer cash transaction between one another. Cash transaction between one another. We suggest that you pay your taxes. But your taxes is based on what you want to pay because it's a cash transaction. Cash transaction, very, very important. This is what they try to do. They try to stop people from doing that kind of thing because they don't really want a lot of stuff to happen. But we put it together to the point where it's legal and it can happen. We are responsible for doing it. We're responsible for making it happen.
She came all the way from Georgia, mind you.
Her
name was Keisha.
I'm in a retirement situation. So Social Security is my basic income along with my retirement plan. But I work for a not-for-profit company. And the not-for-profit company, they use the way they build their retirement plan is in the stock market. And it just so happened in 2008, when the stock market crashed, I lost 80% of my retirement. And I never recovered from that. So there's some things out there now that they're talking
Somebody
about.
go back to that.
So in the next 10 or 15 years, the retirement plans is gonna be gone, man. It's gonna be gone.
Sorry,
So
that.
this is why we have to look at something like New Directions Global, where we can develop our own economy and make things happen for ourselves. Make things happen for ourselves collectively. Well, we understand that medical bills, student loans, mortgages, debt in itself, car notes, these are the things that eat up our money right away. Before we even get home, it's gone. And by the time you look at your bank statement, it's down to bare minimum. Now you're on a budget. This is that budget you have, that bare minimum that's left. All right, let's go, people. Okay, we talked about who target people who are like-minded, that you trust and that trust you. Because if an individual trusts you and you talk to them about how they can get $166,000 from $100, if they trust you and they come into this, then that's the opportunity for them. So it's the people that you trust that's going to do it. Because a lot of us have signed up people who we wanted to be in it, but we didn't really interview them enough to find out if they're going to do it. If they're going to do it, or whether they're just going to sit back and say, well, I can't talk to you. And that's not how it goes. All right, let's go. Let's keep going on. I'm trying to rush through this, so we started with most of that. We got to get more over. Okay? Go back. All right, go ahead. I'll just start from now. This is the whole matrix right here. Come on. All right. Okay. And this is what happened. I spoke on, I said everybody gets two people. When you come into New Directions Global, you come in, this is you. You come in and you give a free will contribution. This is what we call it, free will contribution to one of the community members of $100. $100. As soon as you give that $100 free will contribution, you are now qualified to receive $200. When you invite your two people, they give you $100 a piece. That's the $200 that you qualify. When you get that $200, what you do at that point is that you give a $200 free will contribution to someone on there's 2 levels above you. 2 levels above you. Because no matter where you are in the matrix, you're still in somebody's matrix at some level. Either first, second, third, or fourth level. So you're passing it up, just like these people here are passing it up to you, you're passing it up too, when you first come in. All right. So now once you get your you pass the $200 up to a silver benefactor, you become a silver benefactor at that time. And it qualifies you to receive $800. That means your two getting their two, and as they move up to their level, they're going to give you $200 a piece, which comes to $800. From that $800, you're going to give a free will contribution to someone 3 levels up, gold benefactor. You're going to get that $500. That qualifies you to receive $4,000. That $4,000 is coming from your 2 that got 2, and then their 2 that got 2, which is 8 people. 8 people on your 3rd level. You're going to give you $500 a piece. That $500 adds up to $4,000. It's still growing.
So she's a separate person.
This is just phase 1 of our structure. Once you receive that $4,000, you're going to give $2,000 free will contribution, 4 levels up, which qualifies you as a platinum philanthropist. And at that point, you're going to receive $32,000. $32,000 is just what you qualify to do. Now, that's the end of phase 1. Now, also in phase one, when you do get that $500 from the 800, you're allowed then to come back in and rejoin for another $100. So now you have 2 spots in the middle. And each spot is worth $166,000.
Okay.
So now you got $300,000 that's coming to you as this begins to grow.
Okay. Good enough. I got
These
it.
are the things that we put in here.
Okay,
This
baby.
recycling is going to
I'll see
help
what you
us
get here.
so that we don't always rely on just new people coming in. Old people become new people.
Things to do, sorry.
That's all right. Right. So what we decided to do was give our people the opportunity so that we can have our own motor. And our motor can be from those who are already in NDG. That motor is going to make things move along with new people coming in. It's going to make it move faster and faster and faster. Now, you heard me say that the $166,000 can come in 45 days. Now, we can do that if everybody brings their 2 people in within 3 days. Everybody, very utopic. It's a very utopic situation, but it can happen if a person has that kind of group, that you can bring those kind of people in, and people will be able to do this in 3 days. If everybody brings their 2 people in 3 days, $166,000 begins to develop for the individual who started this one group in 45 days. Fantastic. I say this. That's why I say internalize this, because when you talk about 45 days that you can receive, if you made $35,000 a year, if you made $40,000 a year, how many years would it take you to get $166,000? And we're not even talking about the taxes being taken out of that. It may take 5 years. Here we're talking about you can get it in 45 days.
Wow.
It's unbelievable. And it's hard to believe, but I'm giving you the mathematics right here in front of you. And all we have to do is control it and do it and bring people into this that's going to do it. Everybody may say, a lot of people may say they want to do it and get there and they don't do it. Now that process we have where you only can bring 2, anything over 2 is going to have to go under somebody that doesn't have their 2. So we designed this so that it's incumbent upon you to continue to work it so that you can help other people who may be less fortunate than you and can't find those individuals. But I tell you what happens. When you put a person under a person who's struggling, and then they turn around and they see, they start getting those free will contributions, it changes it. Because at that point, they can tell a person that I'm doing it and it's happening. I'm doing it and it's happening. I'm getting my free will contributions as I give free will contributions. Giving is the main factor in this. We have another position here that we have. As most people say, supposing John right here didn't want to give the $7,500.
Listen.
What happens is that we have what we call a pass-up. So if John doesn't give what he's supposed to give, then John is locked right in the position that he's in. He can't receive anymore. But the people underneath him that's supposed to give him free will contributions, that will pass right by him and it'll pass up to the individual that he was supposed to give his free will contribution. So we don't have to worry about a person stopping. Because when he stops, the money that's supposed to come to him is going to pass right by him and come to you. So you're going to always be able to give. That's what you're supposed to receive in this structure. So we put a lot of things in here that's really phenomenal. Now, this is stage 2, where we changed something in this one. In the first phase, you were responsible for bringing people in and helping people bring people in. On phase 2, all you're going to do is to pass off into phase 2 you no longer have to bring anybody in. What's going to happen is that we made this into a company-wide force-fill matrix. That means anybody that comes from phase 1 into phase 2 is going to fill the next available spot. Go back for a minute. Okay, this is what's all right, go ahead, going back where we were. Okay. No, go back to the phase 2. Okay. When you come into phase 2, it's just like you did when you came into phase 1. You come into phase 2. Those two people are not going to be two people that you brought in. They're not going to be two people that you might know. But once you get into phase 2, everybody that comes into phase 2 actually comes into the first available position. You came in this position. The next two people who are going to come in is going to be on this, on each one of your wings. It's going to come in just like it did in phase 1, but it's going to be automatic. So a guy who may bring in a whole lot of people, he gets into phase 2, everybody's the same. Everybody's the same. It doesn't matter how many people you brought in or how many people you didn't bring in. You're going to get equal treatment in phase 2. You're going to get equal treatment in phase 2. So if you only brought in your 2 and I brought in 20 or 50, I'm not going to be treated any different than you, because people are going to come in one at a time. They're going to take the next available position. Now this position is where the money begins to really flow. This is the position where the money really begins to flow. Okay. So when you come into phase 2, what you're going to do is you're going to give a $5,000 free will contribution. Now you just got $32,000 before you came into phase 2. The end of phase 1 was $32,000 plus the $4,000 plus the $800 plus the $200. So when you come in, you're going to give a $5,000 free will contribution to the next person that calls you. You turn around, that's $10,000. From that $10,000, you're going to give a $7,500 free will contribution. So you're going from silver to gold. Our language is our language. It's important that you speak our language. It's important that you present it with our language. Don't just say it, just anything. We're going to pay you different things, because that takes away from what we're really doing. And you have to be careful what you say. That's why we're going to start having classes. We're trying to get a place in the children's zone on Saturday where we can do a presentation and a training afterwards, so that we can work, so we can work this, because it's important for us to work it and teach everybody what they need to know in order for them to make this thing happen, to make this a reality. So once you get the $7,500, now at this point you're going to receive 4 $7,500 free will contributions of $30,000. When you receive that $30,000, you're going to give $15,000 of that up to the platinum benefactor, philanthropist. You're going to give $15,000 and $30,000, and that qualifies you. Once you give up that $15,000 out of the $30,000, that qualifies you to receive $120,000 from 8 people. That's going to give you $15,000 a week. This is not difficult. Very easy. If you study it, you'll see that it works, and that it's up to us to make it work. It's up to us to make this thing happen. We can do it. It's been done before. It's been done years ago. They were doing it. But what happened was they didn't have the computerized system to make it happen. And once the numbers got overwhelming, then it began to fall apart. But what we have is a computerized system that's unlimited. The amount of people that this system can hold is unlimited. It can go eons. So we don't have to worry about it. Our system will tell you everything that you need to do. It will tell you who you need to give to and who you're going to receive. And once you receive from someone, then it's your responsibility to click on the button that says that you received it, and that you confirm the fact that the individual gave then that's when they become qualified to be able to move to the next level. Right? So, we only got a few more minutes. I had to go through this really fast. I try to throw as much into it as, as far as my life and how this is affecting me.
10 minutes.
So, this is where we are at this particular point. Does anybody have any questions? I mean, everybody here shouldn't have any questions except the gentleman right here because, okay, go ahead. Right. Yeah, you should always pay your taxes. But, like I said, it's a cash system. So your taxes, there's no 1099. So there's no paper trail. You can tell them what you want. But you really want to be able to substantiate why you have this money. So you don't want to just all of a sudden come up with all this money without you paying some kind of tax. So if you receive 166,000, if you want to say, well, you claim 66,000 and you pay the taxes on that, and you just keep on moving. But remember what I said, man. This is so. When you finish into phase 2, you're going to be in this system in 3 different places in phase 1. So that means that every spot that you have is going to be worth $166,000, $166,800. Every position that you hold in this. Right now, I'm holding 2 positions. I know people that's got 4 and 5 positions in this. So we talking about 5 positions at $166,000 a piece. So we're talking close to $1 million. And you're like, it's so doable. It's so doable. I mean, the numbers can scare you. The numbers can scare you because we're not used to being in a position where we can get $1 million. And we're talking about 45 days. So that's less than 150 days. We're talking about $1 million. And we're talking about cycling, continuously doing it.
So, as far as taxes are concerned too, that's the great thing about being involved in the community is that there are so many experts that you will have access to that will be able to guide you in your situation. For example, one of our community members is an excellent tax man right here. So they're going to be able to share with you information as you increase in the company. They'll be able to tell you at a certain amount of money. They'll say, listen, this is what you need to be doing as far as your taxes to set yourself up.